Hello friends, welcome back to my channel. For those of you who are new, my name's Michaela and I make diamond painting videos here on this channel, and welcome to my mini DP Madness poster view, wrap up, bracket winner, all the things combined into one video. Oh my god, you guys, March flew by. This month absolutely flew by. I cannot believe, now I'm filming this a couple days early, but by the time this video goes up, tomorrow is going to be April 1st, which is kind of insane, but like April is going to be such a fun month with some really fun things just in my personal life going on, so I'm excited. I'm ready for April, but March was a ton of fun, and if you are unaware, I co-hosted a diamond painting event for the second year in a row with my very best friends, Mini DP Madness. So that event was co-hosted by me and Kara, the principal painter, Ashley from Messy Girl Crafts, and Courtney from Diamonds Are a Girl's Best Friend. And basically the point of the event is you work on mini sets, the mini canvas sets. And for this event this year, I worked on both the Halloween set and the Halloween treat set. So in total this month, I did 24 minis, which was kind of wild, but I had a lot of fun with these minis, and I'm really excited to chat about my experience about working on these two kits with you guys and show you guys kind of, well, the bracket and the winner and all that fun stuff. This post review might be a little bit chaotic, but I am excited to show you guys and tell you guys all about my, I guess, experience working on these kits. So very long intro over. I hope you guys enjoyed this post review, and let's get right on into it. Okay, so I think how I'm gonna set up this post review, I was thinking about it earlier. We're gonna take a look through both of the sets here. We'll talk about my experience, kind of the normal post review stuff. We'll look at my logbook, take a look at the spreads I made for these canvases or kits or whatever. And then at the very end of the video, I am going to get everything set up and show you guys what was pitted against each other, what ended up winning, and ultimately the main winner of the bracket. So stay tuned till the very end if you want to see who came out victorious. And if I'm gonna be honest, like I remember, because I had a main bracket and a loser bracket, I know which one won from each, but I'm trying to remember if I picked a main winner between the two. I don't remember. It's fine. We'll talk about that at the end. But anyways, like I said, I worked on both the Halloween set and the Halloween treat set from Pretty Little Gem. They used to be branded as Diamond Art King, and then maybe last year or 2 years ago, they switched all of their branding over to Pretty Little Gem, and I had never purchased a set when they were Diamond Art King. In fact, I actually purchased this set this year and intentionally wanted to work on it for the event. So let me go ahead and just show you guys what the boxes look like when you do get the diamond painting. You get a box like this, and there is a sleeve on it, and I cut up the sleeve and put it in the logbook. So I didn't want to have to deal with the hassle of putting the sleeve on and off the box the entire event, because I was going back and forth, right, between the two sets. Like I was literally doing one Halloween and then the Halloween treat one that I was going against, going back and forth. So I just decided to write the name of the set directly on the box, and I will be recycling this box once this video is over. So anyway, so this is the box that they will come in, and then you open this up, and this is obviously not how this was set up initially, but these are the drills from the Halloween set, and if you guys can see, I had plenty of leftover diamonds. Like, I feel like all of the colors I had more than enough of. I will say these drills were very, very, very staticky, but they are also, number one, resin drills. Resin drills are made, I'm not gonna say they're made for static, that's kind of dumb, but they definitely do produce static, especially when they are in these kind of baggies. I could have gone in and kitted up these diamonds. I didn't want to deal with the hassle. When it comes to mini sets, I usually keep them all in their baggies. It's just how I roll. But then at the very bottom here, we have a sticker sheet. So I would actually use this as a walking legend, because on all of the, actually it's a bad way to do it, on all of the baggies, you have a DMC number, and it matches up to the DMC number that is listed on the sticker sheet. So I was just using this as a walking legend. You definitely can go ahead and put the sticker label on here if you wanted. I just chose not to, but you do get a sticker sheet. And you also do get all of your canvases inside this little like plastic, or not plastic, this is cardboard envelope. And obviously it is empty because it is the end of the event. I'm trying not to like have it like scratch it. It scratched it anyways. But anyways, so yeah, all of the mini canvases came in this little envelope and you got the sticker sheet. I'm gonna put this off to the side. Again, here is the kind of color spread of the Halloween set particularly, kind of just an overview. I'm not gonna take out all of them, but very, very, very bright and colorful set. And let me show you guys all of the Halloween set first. So we have here, let me see if I can remember the names of these. I think I named this like the witch book. I might not have named it that. I don't know. We have the haunted house, super duper cute. We have the pumpkin, loved the pumpkin. Honestly, I had a really fun time with these. We have Salem, we love Salem. Salem was a good guy, we love him. These really truly were a ton of fun to do, and for this being my first experience with Pretty Little Gem, I will happily be purchasing from them again in the future. I really truly thought both of these sets were phenomenal and tons of fun. I do keep joking about the fact that I don't want to look at another mini or a mini set for the next 3 to 5 business months. It's not that I'm necessarily over minis. I think doing 2 sets of 12 for this event was a little bit overkill for me. I personally just prefer the bigger diamond paintings in general. And so it was definitely a little bit like tiring, I guess is the way to word it, working on both of these and not really making any progress on my bigger projects this month, which, by the way, if you're watching this, you get a little bit of a sneak peek into my March. I finished End of an Era. In case anyone was wondering, I did manage to finish End of an Era yesterday on Saturday, which is amazing. So at the end of the day, like I still made some really good progress on my bigger whips, but at the time when I was working on these, it kind of felt a little bit never ending in the sense of like, oh man, like I'm working on my minis, but there's kind of a lot of confetti in some of these. Some of them not as much, but some of them there were a lot of color changes, actually more in the Halloween treat set, which we'll look at in a minute. So it kind of just felt like I was using my entire night to work on my mini or two and then being like, well, I gotta go to bed. So I never really got the chance to work on the bigger canvases until I kind of finished these, which was fine. I think I learned for the future that in future years when we do this event, I'm assuming we will do this event in the future, but I have not consulted the other ladies yet. I don't think I'm gonna go this route again. But it was fun and I'm glad I did it this year. You know what I mean? So that was the Halloween set. And then we have the Halloween treat set just to show you guys this color palette here. Honestly, very similar. This is so chaotic. They're in here. I didn't want to make it look pretty. There was no reason for that. But we do have a lot of fun, bright colors in this set as well. I cannot complain at all about the colors of either of these sets. They were both really, really good colors. So also hopefully these are actually the diamond paintings that were in each set. I didn't look to confirm before putting this video together. So hopefully these are all with the right set, but I am really glad that I decided to pit these 2 paintings against each other. I think this one turned out really, really nice. I'm really glad I decided to. They were a lot of fun and it was just, I don't know, really fun set to do. I do believe there are some Pretty Little Gem sets that are not as intense as these. Like there's a gamer set that I actually unboxed when I unboxed these as well that looked like a ton of color blocking that maybe I'll have to do next year because it looks a little just, you know, not like easier, but like just less intense, I think is the best way to word it. But I love the killer cake. His smile is creepy. I don't care. That's so cool. These turned out so good. I really loved it. I thought the drills were really nice quality. I felt like there wasn't a ton of trash in these drills. I didn't find much in the way of gapping either. I really truly overall just had a really fun time with the both of these sets, and I 100% recommend checking out Pretty Little Gem. I don't have any sort of affiliate code or link for you guys, but let me see what I'm able to do before this video goes up. I might be able to sign up for something on their website and leave something for you guys in the description box, like a discount code or something. Let me see what I can do, but check the description box if this is something you're interested in grabbing. Both of these sets are in stock as of the time of the filming. I was just putting together my logbook earlier and I was checking the drill count, and yeah, these are both in stock as of the time of this filming and they are on sale. I don't know if that means that once they sell out they're going to get discontinued. So if you are interested in grabbing them, I do recommend because they're really, really fun. And here I put all of my trash drills between the 2 sets in this baggie here. I mean, when it comes to collecting trash, am I great at doing it? No, but between the two sets, this isn't bad at all. This is like nothing. This really is nothing. I felt like there wasn't a ton of trash in these diamonds. There was one particular canvas in the Halloween treat set. It was whatever first one I did, which made me a little bit nervous going into the rest, but it ended up being fine. Which one was it? I don't know which one it was, but I do know what it was pitted up against, so maybe later when we're looking at them, I can point it out. But basically, and I'll just show you an example on this one, there was one canvas where the very edging of one of them, the glue wasn't sticky, but it stuck. It stuck enough. It was just very weird because the glue on these canvases were actually so good. It was really, really sticky. Yeah, so I thought that was kind of odd, but it was just on the one canvas. It just happened to be the very first one I did after, or in this set particularly, so I did just want to point that out, but I do kind of think that's a non-issue. But yeah, I don't know. I really had a fun time with this, and yeah, absolutely would buy more from Pretty Little Gem in the future. And I do want to know in the comments, did you work on a Pretty Little Gem? I'm going to ask at the end of the video what you worked on, but I am nosy if you worked on a Pretty Little Gem like I did. I saw a gal on one of the posts actually post the Halloween set, so I was like, we're twins. We both worked on this set. There are so many minis, and so it's so fun to find twins. But anyways, so let me go ahead and actually move these sets over here, and let's just take a really quick look at my paper logbook and see the two spreads for these mini sets. So they go back to back in my logbook, and let me get you guys zoomed in just a little bit here. I did nothing fancy with this. I was trying to look through my sticker stash to see if I had any Halloween stickers, and I didn't see any, but I gotta look again because I feel like I have some, and I feel like I can fill up some of this empty space. But like I said earlier, I had or the sleeve that came on the boxes, I literally cut up because it said Pretty Little Gem Halloween set. So, and it has a little pumpkin. Oh, the other one, oh, they're different. I love it. Okay, I didn't realize that. I should have known. So yeah, I just decided to cut this up and put it in my logbook. So we have this, and then we have all of our stat stuff over here. So I purchased this canvas on January 12th, 2026, and I actually started this a day early. I started this kit and the other on February 28th, 2026, and which kind of cracks me up now. I was just dying to try out the Pretty Little Gem sets, and I was just very excited to get started on the minis. So I started a day early. I did finish like a week before the event ended. So I finished this kit on March 23rd, 2026. This was a square drill canvas. I don't think Pretty Little Gem has any round drill kits, just square. Of course, I purchased this from Pretty Little Gem. This has a total diamond count of 11,770 diamonds, 60 colors, which is kind of a lot. This was a 5.1 by 6.7 inch or 13 by 17 centimeter, meaning that this whole thing is that, but like the pasting area isn't quite that big, but I just write that down because that's what was on the website. And then this was my 40th canvas of all time and my third of 2026. And I have Mini DP Madness 2026 written here. I counted this as the first of the two finishes because I was going back and forth. I would start with the Halloween set and then would do the not corresponding, but whatever was being pitted against each other, I would go Halloween and then Halloween treats and go back and forth. So technically Halloween was the first one to get done, but the second set I got done the same night, like an hour and a half later. So now we have the Halloween treat set. So same purchase date, same started date, same finish date, also a square, also from Pretty Little Gem. This, however, has a total diamond count of 10,418 diamonds. I was not expecting this to have less diamonds. I wasn't expecting it to be exactly the same, and it is pretty close, but I guess there were more in the way of like partials, if you will. Like, I don't know, like this ice cream cone, for example. I actually think this was the very last one I did. Was a lot of confetti, by the way. But I feel like, yeah, because, you know, it's not as big as something like this, or yeah, I guess so. That would make sense. So less diamonds on the Halloween treat set, same size, and this was my 41st finish of all time and my 4th of 2026. So yeah, that is my little logbook setup of these diamond paintings. Overall, and let me get you guys zoomed back out here, overall, I thoroughly enjoyed working on both of these canvas sets, and like I said, I don't think in the future I would necessarily work on both sets again, like 2 different sets in a month. It was definitely a lot, and I think this whole thing is just about learning. I love mini sets, I don't love them as much as I like big diamond paintings, so I think in the future for mini DP Madness, or anytime I'm working on a mini in the future, I definitely think sticking to one set is the move for me personally, or doing a mini dazzle or something like that, so that way I can keep momentum going on my bigger projects as well, because I do like to see progress on those. I just feel like I was not seeing as much progress during this month as I wanted. I was feeling like maybe I could do all of the things this month, and then I was like, nope, gotta focus on these minis, get them done. So anyways, yeah, that is my little post review at a glance. Stick around, you guys, because I'm gonna get these in order. We're gonna take a look at the bracket. At the very end of the video, I'll insert a picture so you can kind of see the visual of both the main bracket and the loser bracket. And if you're wondering why I had 2 brackets, let me just explain. So the main reason in general why I had 2 sets going is because the bracket that Ashley had made has, let's see, 16 spots, and these sets each had 12. I could have just done one set. I could have done a partial bracket, but I just needed to do a full bracket, but then I had, I think, 8 left over that I created a loser bracket for. I made a video right before the event started, randomly picking what was going to be pitted up against each other. I'll try to have that link down below if you're interested. But I random number generated the picks, and that, you know, the first however many, 16 I guess, ended up in the main bracket, and then the last few ended up in the loser bracket, and I have a main bracket winner and a loser bracket winner, and I will obviously be inserting pictures of both, and I will tell you guys the main overall winner as well. But anyways, that was a lot of talking. Let me get set up here and we will chat all things bracket. Okay, so I have this separated between the regular bracket and then the loser brackets to the side. We'll do the loser bracket afterward, but I have put them all in its order. So the first lineup we had, and these were not necessarily done in lineup order. I did everything random number generated because if there's something I love, it's randomly picking stuff, because your girl cannot make a decision to save her life. So the first lineup, I guess we're just going in order here. We had the haunted house from the Halloween set. So the left side's always going to be the Halloween set, and the right side is always going to be the Halloween street set. So we had the haunted house versus the cauldron of horror, and horror is in all capital letters. So we had these 2. Again, loved them both. I will say I really loved all of these. There really isn't a single one that I didn't enjoy. I thought maybe a couple of them were a little bit repetitive, but not ones I didn't like. So the winner of this lineup was the haunted house. So putting this over here, gonna put the cauldron of horror to the side, unfortunately. The next lineup we had is Scully versus the eyeball root beer float. This eyeball root beer float was one of them that felt a little bit repetitive with a different one, and I'll show you guys that in a minute. But the winner of this one was Mr. Scully. I loved Mr. Scully. So we're gonna put these 2 next to each other because that is another lineup I have to do. Okay, and then the next one we have here, we have, actually, no. Oh yeah, let's do it this way. Okay, let me keep going now through these 2. So that way we can see, yeah, we'll do it this way. Okay, so the next lineup we have the haunted house versus Scully. And the winner between these 2 was Scully. We do love Scully. Okay, move this to the side. So now we have Scully. Okay, now we had our next couple. Yeah, where this is making sense, sure. Then we had the cauldron versus the spider ice cream float. This spider ice cream float felt very repetitive to that root beer float. I don't know if it was the colors or what. It felt a little bit repetitive, but regardless, the winner of these 2 was actually the spider ice cream float. So that is the winner of that one. And then this lineup was randomly generated really well. We have the pumpkin versus the pumpkin head lollipop. And the winner of this lineup was the pumpkin head lollipop. I just think that's really, really fun. So that was the winner of that one. And then we had, let's see, what did we have after that? Because we definitely had a lineup here. We had spider ice cream float, which is this one, versus the pumpkin head lollipop to pick a main winner. like a main winner to go against Scully over here. So between these two, hopefully this is making sense. It's not making sense in my head. Between these two, the winner was the Pumpkinhead Lollipop. We love the Pumpkinhead Lollipop, okay? We're gonna leave these because I don't wanna tell you guys my main winner quite yet, okay? I don't wanna go there yet. Okay, then, we had these two. This is the Skull Bottle. We had the Skull Bottle versus the Ghost Pumpkin Spice Latte. Another feeling repetitive one. The Halloween Treats ones felt a tiny bit repetitive, but the winner of these two, again, regardless of that fact, was the Ghost Pumpkin Spice Latte. That was the winner of those two. Okay, perfect. And then we had a really good lineup, and I'm really sad these two were lined up together because it was really hard to pick a winner. We had Salem versus the Zombie Gingerbread Man, and the winner of this one might actually be surprising, but it ended up being the Zombie Gingerbread Man. I don't know why this one didn't win, but it didn't. I don't think I had as much fun as I thought working on this one as I did this one. So this one did end up winning, the Zombie Gingerbread Man. Okay, and then we had a lineup of these two, yeah? The Ghost Pumpkin Spice Latte versus the Zombie Gingerbread Man. Yeah, so we had this lineup here. Okay, the winner of this one is the Zombie Gingerbread Man. We just love that one. So we're gonna put this one off to the side. And then we have our last two lineups here for the main bracket. We have, or I guess the preliminary round, I guess. We have Casper versus the Clown Popsicle. And I'm really sad to report this. I don't love how Casper turned out. I feel like on camera, he doesn't even really look as good as I would have expected. I feel like he's a little too blue and purple, which I don't know. I think I was just expecting more white in him. He's just a little too colorful, which are words you'll never hear out of my mouth. But anyways, the winner of these two is the Clown Popsicle. So we have that winner. And then the final lineup we had here was the Spooky Book versus the Eyeball Ice Cream. Okay, I was gonna say ice cream float. This is not a float, this is just the eyeball ice cream. The winner of these two was the Spooky Book. So we're gonna put this off to the side, and now we have our final, what are we at, 6? 1, 2, 3, 4. How did we end up with 5? No, we must have. Okay, yeah, because we haven't done, this is so chaos. Okay, we have not done yet the Clown Popsicle versus the Spooky Book. Clown Popsicle versus the Spooky Book. Then we'll have made sense some more. The winner of these two was actually the Clown Popsicle. So the Spooky Book is gonna go over here, and now we are down to our final 4, okay? I wanna know in the comments before I do anything further, who do you think is gonna win it all? Who do you think is gonna win it all? Because I feel like any of them could win, you know? They're all so good. So anyways, then we had the semifinals. So the semifinals, the first set, included Scully versus the Pumpkinhead Lollipop, okay? And the winner of this semifinals is, wow, which one? Scully. Scully won that one, so we're gonna move this one over here. Okay, and then our final semifinals, we had the Zombie Gingerbread Man versus the Clown Popsicle. Which one? Which one? Which one? Yeah, the Clown Popsicle finally is going away. The Zombie Gingerbread Man won that semifinal round. So that left us between Scully and the Zombie Gingerbread Man, which is really fun because we had in the finals, we had a Halloween versus Halloween treat. It might not have ended up that way, but it did. So we have these two. Who do we think is the main winner? I feel like this is going to be a surprise, but honestly, my favorite one out of these was Scully. I really loved Scully. He was a ton of fun to do. So Scully was the main winner of the bracket, which is exciting. So that's the normal bracket, okay? We're gonna leave him over here. So now we move on to our loser bracket. So we have the Halloween, and we have the Halloween treats. This was like a half bracket, okay? The first lineup we had, and can I just say that I feel like the paintings that ended up in the Halloween, in the loser bracket ended up being better than the lineups we had in the first one. I don't know. Anyways, first off, we had Dracula versus the Killer Cake. And honestly, Dracula was the very first one I did, and this made me obsessed with the set. He was so perfect. So the winner is Dracula. He's perfect, he's amazing, he's everything. So Dracula was the winner of that. Okay. And then we had the pumpkin candy basket versus the, what were you? The spider donut. Both of them very, very, very fun to do. But the pumpkin candy basket won out. So both of these were from the Halloween set, which I just find very interesting. So we have those two. Let's just keep going down the bracket, then we'll do the next round. So the next set of minis we had pitted against each other was the zombie grave versus the eyeball martini. Again, both very fun. I guess honestly I could see why this set was less diamonds, because like we're looking at just like the comparison between the two. These two have way less, you know, way different diamond counts it seems, but the winner of these two here, we have the eyeball martini. That is the winner of that one. So we have this, put this off to the side. And then the last lineup we had, again, another really, really, really good lineup in the sense of like, how did these two end up together? The witch girl versus the witch cupcake. I mean, I'm convinced that someone ate her and turned her into this cupcake because like they have the same hat. But the winner between the witch girl and the witch cupcake is the witch girl. I love her. I really, really, really love her. So we have that. Okay. Now we are down to our final four, the semifinals of this loser bracket. So to start out here, we had Dracula versus the pumpkin candy basket. And I just realized I was so bad about copying and pasting this information into the bracket, but I know what won. That's so weird. I need to edit that before I put it in the video, but Dracula versus the pumpkin candy basket, and Dracula obviously is the winner. He was so good. So we have that one. And then in this final lineup as well, we had the eyeball martini versus the witch girl, and the winner of this one is the witch girl. Again, perfect. And then we ended up with these two pitted up against each other to pick a winner. And can I just say, this was one of the hardest decisions of my life. That sounds very dramatic because it is a little bit dramatic, but Dracula versus the witch girl, and the winner between these two. Whew, this was tough. But the witch girl won out. I just really, really, really think she's rendered amazingly. I don't know. I just think it looks amazing. This one was so fun to do, and I just think she's incredible. So unfortunately, Dracula did not win that. But then we have our two winners here. Loser bracket winner, main bracket winner. So we have the witch girl versus Scully. And who won overall? Who won overall? Who won overall? The witch girl. Really, truly. I don't know what it is about her. I just think she turned out so good. I had so much fun working on her, and I think the colors on her just ended up in the end beating out Scully because he was a little bit more boring in the color scheme, but he was fun to do because he looks cool. So anyways, you guys, that is it. That is it for this March Mini DP Madness wrap-up video. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and if you made it all the way to the end, of course I want to know what you worked on for Mini DP Madness. Did you have a good time? Were you able to get as many minis done as you wanted? Were you working on maybe a smaller set alongside your bigger whips? I want to know all the things, and thank you to everyone who participated. Seriously, I am blown away just by the amount of sheer people that just wanted to participate in all of the posts in the Facebook group. There were so many people participating. Like, we had probably like 500 comments on each of the weekly posts, and to me that is just so mind-boggling, and I appreciate you guys so much. I hope you guys enjoyed the event, and a huge shout out to all of our sponsors as well, because without the sponsors we would not have an event, truly, and we are just so grateful, and I cannot wait for next year. So that is it, you guys. Thank you so much for watching this video today. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, make sure to give this video a thumbs up, hit that subscribe button down below if you're not already, and I will catch you in my next video. Bye, guys.